When did your journey change for you when it started becoming real that cycling was going to be full time in your life? Because was it one of those things where it just got really good for you at a certain point, or you just started to decide to race? Like where was the change for you where you had to start thinking about doing this full time? And is this full time for you all the time now, or do you actually have to still work for a living and train? Like where was the switch for you?
So that's a pretty common question that I get. So for the past 8 years, I have been cycling full time. And for the first couple of years, I had to be a little bit crafty because the salaries that I was getting weren't enough to actually totally live off of. And that's one of the challenging realities, especially in women's cycling. But yeah, I have been racing full time for the past 8 years, and I started a little bit later in life. I'm 32 now, and I began racing after having worked 2.5 years in a lab, and I've studied in medical biology in university. And it was actually during my university studies that I dabbled in racing a little bit on the weekend, just as a different way to enjoy riding my bike. I just wanted to add another aspect of cycling to my life, instead of just riding miles and miles and miles for the fun of it. And I was working in a bike shop all through my studies, which was the way that I could afford to ride my bike. It was because I was getting everything at cost. I got a pro deal on my bike. And then once I graduated, I realized, holy smokes, how am I going to be able to afford this? My cycling addiction or passion, buying stuff at full price all the time if I'm not going to get my bike shop discount. So I thought, you know what, maybe if I show some club team that I'm really passionate and that I'm worthwhile bringing on board by doing all of the races on the provincial calendar here in Quebec, then they'll take me on, and then I'll be able to get their discounts and I'll be able to enjoy riding with them. And that way I'll be killing 8 birds with one stone. I'll be able to continue enjoying my passion for cycling. But by doing that, by doing more and more races, I started to get some really cool results. And I was invited by the Canadian national team to do my first development project in Europe, which was an amazing experience. And then I got noticed by a semi-pro team, and I got signed by them. And they took me around racing throughout North America while I was still working. And through the results that I got that year, I was noticed by a professional team and offered a professional contract. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put everything on hold and I'm going to take this, because I can't look back when I'm 40 and change my mind and think, okay, well, maybe I'm ready now to take the risk. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm so glad that I took it, because cycling has taught me so many lessons and has given me the opportunity to live so many experiences that have made me grow as an individual. And I think that everything that I've learned on so many different levels will probably pay off in the future in ways that are kind of parallel to the sporting world, whether it's in society, or whether it's in my next career, or whether it's just in who I am as a person. So I'm really grateful for it. But racing professionally was never a plan. It's just something that kind of happened naturally out of my passion for riding, and just my hunger to live every single type of cycling experience possible that I could.
And that's the best thing about going after a dream and going after a goal, is that sometimes it just organically takes shape. And here you are traveling the world, yep. which is what everyone should be striving for. I think at least is going for it and getting something that they're passionate about. Obviously, you get a chance to speak as well, around the world. Do you do a lot of public speaking as well for this? I know that you're part of a public speaking club, but this obviously opens an opportunity for you to inspire young girls around the world as well, I would guess. And I've got to think that would be a great part of your job.
Oh yeah. Meeting every individual that I have the opportunity to meet through cycling is so cool. Whether it's somebody halfway around the world or somebody in my neighborhood, that the bicycle in one way or another, presents me with the opportunity to just connect with. It's so cool. And I'm a spokesperson for a foundation called the Charles Bruneau Foundation. And they play a huge role in providing funds for cancer research and cancer treatment facilities for sick children all over the province of Quebec and all over Canada, and just by consequence as well, all over the world, because, once the research and discoveries have been made, that kind of information has an amazing impact on kids all around the world. So that's been something that's been really meaningful to me in the past few years. I'm also a member of Fast and Female, an ambassador for Fast and Female, which is an organization that was started by cross-country skier Chandra Crawford. And the goal of that is to encourage more girls to get into sport and show them that not only to get in sport, but to stay in sport as well, because a lot of research shows that girls drop out of sport a lot more frequently than boys do, especially once they get over around to their teenage years. So this organization is kind of to show girls that staying in sport is cool, it's fun, show them that there are other girls to look up to who do stay in sport, and to kind of share the impact that sport has had on our lives. So that's something that's really neat to me too, because I didn't actually have any sporting role models as a kid, and I never thought of myself as very athletic. I didn't realize that the fact that I just loved playing outside and running and cycling and rollerblading and swimming and just being active all the time was an okay thing. I always thought of myself maybe as a little bit bizarre for that. So it's really cool to be part of Fast and Female and just tell other girls, look, this is fun and you can do it, and it's okay. And look at all the other people that are doing it too.
Well, I think that's a great thing. And it's inspiring to young minds as well, to look up to somebody that's doing it full time for a living, and gives them hope. And I think that's great. Thanks for stopping by, friends, to the Brenton On Tour podcast channel on YouTube. Coffee, music, travel, life, all of those things, one page, lots of guests, lots of chatter. We talk about all of it. If you like it, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Thanks, friends. See you next time.